What does faith mean to me? It means quite a few things to me. My understanding of faith from a biblical perspective comes from Hebrews 11:1 that says faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. So somehow faith gives me evidence of something that I can't see. And I like to liken this to a promise from a father to give a child a push bike for his birthday. And even though the child can't see that bike, he's telling all his mates he's got a push bike because his dad promised it to him. So he has evidence inside himself that it's true based on that promise. And likewise, the promises of God in the Bible provide us with faith or assurance that those things will happen, that they're true.
How do you think faith is still relevant at this point?
Well, faith is really always relevant. If people don't sometimes realise that we use faith all the time. If you want a very simple definition of faith, which you could take from the legal system, which talks about a reasonable belief, then faith is that which fills the gap between doubt and absolute certainty. So, for instance, and I use this a lot, but people read the side of a box of vitamins and decide that that's enough evidence for them to believe that there's actually vitamins in those pills, even though they have no proof or they've never had those pills tested. They take it by faith that those vitamins are in there and that they're doing them some good.
Do you think faith is still relevant in today's society?
Yes, based on what I've just said, yes, I do, because we use it all the time, whether we recognise it or not. Everyone has some kind of belief at their core, things that they believe in that are central to their lives, whether they define it or put a name on it or not. Everyone has a system of belief. Another way the Bible uses the word faith is in the book of Jude, where it says to contend or to fight for the faith that was once given to the saints, and that's talking about faith as a belief system. And we all have things that we believe in, even though we might not have evidence for all of them. Another example beside the vitamin pills would be man walking on the moon. A lot of people believe that happened just because they saw the electrons on the screen. I happen to believe that it happened, but you could make an argument that it never happened because you have no proof that it happened. But that doesn't mean it's not true.
Why do you think people are believing science more than faith?
I think it's unfortunate that some people think that science and faith are somehow at opposite ends of the spectrum, that if you believe in one, you can't believe in the other. Now, I don't think that's true. I think science has a role to play in society, just like faith has a role to play in society. But scientific truth is about experiments, about repeatability, being able to do something here and in Germany that show the same thing. But there's other kinds of truth that aren't scientific. And at points, science becomes more of a philosophy than a science. If you're talking about the origins of the universe, scientists don't really know. They have a belief that certain things happen, but they can't prove it because you can't do an experiment that recreates the universe. So at that point, science actually steps over into the realm of faith.
Thank you for your time.